Welcome back. ChannelsTV.com has more information for you. And on youtube.com/channelsweb, you can watch our videos. You can also watch us on your mobile device via your browser or download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS, and Windows devices from their respective stores. Besides giving you access to news updates, the Channels TV and Channels 24 app have an eyewitness feature that you can use to share pictures, videos, or news of happenings around you. Just install the app, then tap and swipe to reveal the menu and follow the instructions. As politicians strategize to avoid being left out in the cold ahead of the forthcoming elections, the Benue State Governor, Samuel Ortom, says his meeting with the national leadership of the All Progressives Congress will determine his next move. Governor Ortom told journalists in Ori after a closed-door meeting with his Kwara State counterpart that he's been invited to meet with the party's national leadership. And he added that the outcome will be communicated to his people, who will decide then their fate politically.
I'm happy the national leadership of the party have invited me. I'm meeting them today by 3 o'clock. I'll listen to them. And of course, that is the Supreme Council of the APC in Nigeria. So maybe they can reverse what was done to me in Benue State. But I'll go back to the people and still inform them. And then I'll decide on what to do.
Maybe you will change your decision?
Well, it depends on the people. You know, I'm the people's governor. I work with them. It's what they tell me that I do.
The governor-elect of Ekiti State, Dr. Kayode Fayemi, has received his certificate of return from the Independent National Electoral Commission. The ceremony, which took place at the INEC Secretariat in Ado-Ekiti, the Ekiti State capital, was witnessed by a large crowd of his supporters. Dr. Fayemi commended the electoral umpire and security operatives for a job well done, adding that for him, serious governance has just started in the state. The governor-elect defeated his closest rival, the People's Democratic Party candidate, Professor Kolakwo Olushola, in the governorship election which held last Saturday across the 16 local government areas of the state, polling 197,459 votes to beat his closest rival, who got 178,121 votes.
Election is not just about the day in which the election is held. It's a process, and that process we must commend INEC for undertaking and delivering in a professional and credible manner. This is just the beginning of the work. For INEC, the work has ended. For us, the work is just starting. And we believe that we have a duty, indeed a responsibility, not to disappoint our people in keeping faith with us. And by God's grace, we shall not disappoint them. The people will see the benefit of good governance from October 16, 2008.
In the meantime, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, says the issue of vote buying, especially during elections, is a problem that all Nigerians and election stakeholders must help tackle. INEC National Commissioner and Chairperson of the Commission's Legal Services Department, Mrs. May Agbamuche Mbu, made the appeal in Benin City, the Edo State capital, during a training for the Commission's legal officers. She says the Commission is doing its part by working with the international community to strengthen its ability to deal with issues concerning electoral offences. She's also optimistic that the upcoming Osun State governorship election will be hitch-free.
INEC is taking this issue of vote buying very seriously. I have just come from Ekiti. I was part of the supervising national commissioners in Ekiti, and these things do occur. In another 3 weeks, we're having another conference on electoral offences, because you see, vote buying is all part of electoral offences, and we're looking at ways in which we can curb it. And the politicians keep trying their best in Ekiti. You could see that they had ingenious ways of trying to sort themselves out, but these are things that we're going to go back to the drawing board and look at it again with the security. You know, we have a security committee that we meet every quarter, but we'll come back and review it again and see how we can work towards stopping it to the best of our ability.
I am very confident that many of the issues which probably have been to be monitored more closely will be taken into consideration. I'm sure that there is always room for improvement, and one of the reasons why we are here, as the Honorable Commissioner said, is to identify where we could improve.
To the southeastern region, the chairman of the Joint Tax Board, Mr. Tunde Fowler, has commended the Enugu State Governor, Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi, for putting in place a proficient tax regime, which pushed the state over the 15% tax revenue to GDP benchmark suggested by the United Nations for the funding of budgets. The GTB chairman was speaking at a meeting of the board in Enugu, which held this week. In reaction, the governor says his administration realized early the need to reduce dependence on dwindling statutory receipts from the Federation account and embark on the reform of public finances in the state to align with his developmental priorities. The governor also appealed to the board to intervene on over 18 billion naira debt in back duty taxes collectively owed the Enugu state government by federal institutions and agencies.
Looking at the figures of Enugu State Internal Revenue Service, I'd like to congratulate you that you have exceeded this figure already. The measures that you have taken to enhance the productivity and efficiency of your board within Enugu State is unparalleled. At this point, I'd like to also call on all governors to do what has happened in Enugu State. And if within 6 months we cannot see any difference, then we'll stay and admit that we are wrong.
Many of these institutions do not pay their taxes or have not been paying what they ought to in accordance with the Personal Income Tax Act. PITA has amended. These institutions, which are collectively owing the state over 18 billion in back duty taxes, include the University of Nigeria Teaching Hospital, the University of Nigeria Nsukka, the Federal Orthopedic Hospital in Enugu, the Federal Neuropsychiatric Hospital in Enugu, the Federal College of Education in Hanover, the Project Development Institute Board in Enugu, the National Orientation Agency NOA, and the National Examination Council in Enugu. We are confident that given the unique position of your board as the apex institution for both federal and state tax authorities.
You're watching news across Nigeria. Coming up, we will stay in the southeastern region of the country, this time over in Anambra State, where agriculture is a priority of the Willie Obiano administration, as well as projects. And as far as the latter is concerned, including roads, he's been doing some inspection to make sure everything is up to speed. That's in a moment. Please stay with us.